long-term resident of DC. Grew up here, I was born here. I've seen the city and how it's changed over the years.
Me too.
I'm very, very concerned about 5G and coming into my neighborhood, on my street. And
Do you want to let us know what address you live in? You don't have to, but if you were interested, or what ward or what neighborhood?
I'm in Cardozo area, Ironfork. And you know that area has been very, very impacted by parking. And you say you can public space, I'm reflecting about all of these moving signs that go up. Here, parking spaces on almost the entire block, but it's almost like gathering to get parking space on a daily basis. So anyway, that's another thing. You may not deal with that. This one right here. There's a public impact by the use of our right of way that affects children, the elderly, health is compromised, and in the public way where the 5G will be at, despite what industry hasn't said about the health effects and haven't gone into how that's going to impact the people in the District of Columbia. All these people are going to be right there on the street where this 5G is taking place. I'm retired. I used to be a customer service engineer at Xerox. And we had cell phones that we had strapped outside, and that was all I did. I didn't know why, but I took it off my side. And then, after a while, I said, there's pain here. And you talk about the effects of this Wi-Fi and 5G and all, and the combined electromagnetic image frequencies affecting us. And I've heard, people say they get days and they can always go ahead and add it. But after a while, I felt pain on that side. And so I would cut it off and I'd walk down the street and I'd say, okay, fine, no problem. And one day I felt and I said, there's still pain in this. I pulled it out and it's on. So it does affect the system. So if our children and elderly and people who have compromised immune systems are on that street with that 5G, it's like putting them in the line of something that's deleterious to their health at the moment, and it continues with the long-term story. They can't even sleep because of the effects coming into the house also by that street. So when I see these antennas go on top of buildings, I've seen one on a high-rise at the corner there, 14, way up high. And this is the kind that I see in the magazines that said this is the kind that sends out microwave radiation. And then they're appalled. But when I see 5G coming to the street, less than probably 30, 50 feet to my bedroom window, that's too much. So I'm not just saying that I'm against it. I'm saying the public health effect is not being addressed or looked at. And we're talking about health of the people in the district. This is foremost.
I'm here with disturbing news about our favorite gadgets.
Cell phones, tablets, Wi-Fi, etc. Putting it bluntly, they are damaging the living cells in our bodies and killing many of us prematurely. I'm Dr. Martin Blank from the Department of Physiology and Cellular Biophysics at Columbia University. It is distressing for me and more than 160 colleagues who today are petitioning the United Nations requesting that they address this problem. We are scientists and engineers, and I am here to tell you we have created something that is harming us, and it is getting out of control. Before Edison's light bulb, there was very little electromagnetic radiation in our environment. The levels today are very many times higher than natural background levels and are growing rapidly because of all the new devices that emit this radiation. An example that a lot of us have in our pockets right now is the cell phone. One study shows that as cell phone usage has spread widely, the incidence of fatal brain cancer in younger people has more than tripled. We are putting cellular antennas on residential buildings and on top of hospitals where people are trying to get well. Wireless utility meters and cell towers are blanketing our neighborhoods with radiation. It's particularly frightening that radiation from our telecommunication and power line technology is damaging the DNA in our cells. It is clear to many biologists that this can account for the rising cancer rates. Future generations, our children, are at risk. These biologists and scientists are not being heard on the committees that set safety standards. The biological facts are being ignored, and as a result, the safety limits are much too high. They are not protective. More protection will probably result from full disclosure of possible conflicts of interest between regulators and industry. Rising exposure to electromagnetic radiation is a global problem. The World Health Organization and international standard-setting bodies are not acting to protect the public's health and well-being. International exposure guidelines for electromagnetic fields must be strengthened to reflect the reality of their impact on our bodies, and in particular, on our DNA. Although we are still in the midst of a great technological transformation, the time to deal with the harmful biological and health effects is long overdue. We are really all part of a large biological experiment without our informed consent. To protect our children, ourselves, and our ecosystem, we must reduce exposure by establishing more protective guidelines. And so today, scientists from around the world are submitting an appeal to the United Nations, its member states, and the World Health Organization to provide leadership in dealing with this emerging public health crisis.
Thank you.
One other thing,
Yes, sir.
children are walking around in the streets with cell phones to their ears constantly. And the small print in all the documents says it's not to touch the kid. You're looking at an academic in the future. It goes through.
Thank you. Do committee members have any questions for the panel? I just want to note how it's clear how fervently and how committed to this concern you are. I strongly encourage you to follow up with the appropriate authorities about it.
You are ready to set the standards in climate. You can put stuff with the climate. So we really can take it the other side.
Thank you.
If you want to put that question in writing, to that end, we're going to